All right, pile one. So you went ahead and chose this image. This reading is going to be all about how people are perceiving you right now. So a quick disclaimer, this is not who you are. This is how people perceive you to be. So if I'm saying things that you think do not relate to you, your character, who you believe yourself to be, that is because this is not your perception, pile one. This is the public's perception of you. And I was thinking, I haven't pulled any cards yet. I was going to be doing that live on camera. So I'm going to be pulling cards to see what people are perceiving you as, what they think you may be like, what you're up to, those type of things. I want to see what you're actually like towards the very end. I'll pull some more cards to see who you believe yourself to be or who you are truly when people get to know you deep down. But pile one, your image, I channel through images, pictures, and colors. I get messages very easily that way. And your image, right off the bat, from what people perceive you to be, you are always coming up with solutions to your problems. I'm getting the image of the Seven of Swords as well as the Magician card in tarot. And a lot of people don't like the Seven of Swords because it's a tricky card, right? It could be seen as a lying card, a deceiving card, but think about sevens. Sevens are all about reflection, adjusting, your intuition, ideas, right? So I'm seeing this as you are always coming up with new ideas, new solutions, because you're constantly analyzing yourself, your surroundings, the problem at hand. Like, I feel like you are in your mind a lot. So I would even say that people see you as someone that gets lost in your head. You're seen as someone that may not say a whole lot, but in your mind, there's a lot going on. So people can kind of read your face and know that you're not currently in the present moment. Like, I'm kind of getting that you get lost in your own little delusional la la land. I was also hearing in my mind that people may see you as someone that's very imaginative. There's a lot of swords imagery that I'm getting in my mind for you, pile one. Like, I'm seeing this as a hyper imagination. I'm seeing this as someone that has really great problem solving skills. I'm seeing you as being probably not the best communicator. Like, I'm not really seeing this as public speaking, but like, my God, like journaling, writing, blogging, writing poems, lyrics, music. I don't know why, but I'm seeing that being a talent of yours. People are perceiving you to be a really great writer, someone that can make some really great lyrics, someone that could really just write a very phenomenal book. Like, I'm seeing this as writing, not so much public speaking. Because of how analytical you're being perceived to be, pile one, you may take some time to self-reflect and review to make sure that your words are coming across appropriately. So I'm kind of getting that you take the time to really adjust yourself. You're taking the time to make sure that you're composed. Again, I'm really getting like analytical. You're making sure that you are coming off as the best and most appropriate version of yourself. You may be coming off as a little bit guarded too from what I'm channeling. So again, with that Seven of Swords energy, there may be some people that may think that you're being mischievous, or you may be doing things to maybe more like ill intent. And I'm not really getting that it's ill intent. I don't think you're scheming or trying to, you know, make yourself be perceived a certain way. But I am getting that you need to take time to be able to say what you truly want to say, because I feel like you don't want to jump to conclusions. You don't want to say something that's out of pocket. You don't want to say the wrong thing. So I am getting that people see you to be very cautious with what you say or how you are interacting. Like, you always take the time out to make sure that you plan your steps ahead. So I do want to say that. But for some people see this as a really sneaky energy. Like, they feel like you may be manipulative because of this. And that may not be the case, but I'm kind of getting like two mixed groups of people. Some people think that you are manipulative, that you come off as too sneaky, too practical, too reflective, right? Because they may think that you're not being honest, or you're not being truthful and blunt and straightforward. They may think that you may be putting on a persona or a mask. I think you just like to take the time out to, you know, really compose yourself, because I feel like if you don't do that, you may say things that you later on may realize like, oh, I don't actually feel that way. Like, I'm kind of getting that you may have like some Gemini placements. I don't know why I'm hearing that, like Gemini and Virgo placements, and that's earth and air. I'm getting that you can come up with a lot of ideas, but they're kind of like newly founded ideas. So they don't have a whole lot of facts or basis. And so you hold on to these ideas until you can get all the details of it, and then you're able to put it out there. So again, you are seen as someone that can come up with some really innovative, genius ideas. Like, I'm seeing this as you being someone that could come up with something brand new, never done before, but because of that Virgo energy that I'm channeling from you, Pile 1, you can be really analytical, a little bit self-critical. You want perfectionism. So people are seeing this as you have a lot of potential to do some really big things, but people may think that you come off as someone that may be a little bit too hard on themselves, or someone that's always striving for perfection, and someone that is a little bit guarded about getting their words, voice, or opinions across until they find the right words to say, right? So that's what I was channeling so far, Pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and just start pulling some cards and seeing what are people perceiving you to be right now. All right, so we got Moon in Scorpio, transformation, a change in your emotional life. So let me go ahead and pull some more cards for you before I give you my message. So this may take a moment, so just kind of wait patiently. Oh, wow, Pile 1. We also got birth here. So it says new opportunities, starting over, reinventing yourself, birth of a child, idea, or a project. I feel like you are about to embark on a new idea of yours. I was telling you there's a solution to your problem. You're always constantly coming up with new ideas, new ways of thinking. It's because of your analytical skill set that you have, Pile 1. I don't know if you pursued this yet, but there's something about you that people are feeling the energy of. All right, we also got the Three of Swords here. All right, I'm going to start off with these cards first, Pile 1. So I'm seeing that people, again, with that Three of Swords energy, this is all about your mental activity, your thought process. People are perceiving you to be seen as someone that may actually be wanting a brand new start in their life. The Three of Swords is giving me like betrayal, backstabbing, but possibly this is your own mindset of feeling pessimistic, right? I'm kind of getting, again, I feel like there's a past version of you that you are wanting to get rid of or work on, because I was getting two different groups of people. I think there's a past group of people that used to know you, you know, a long time ago, on how you used to be. And I'm getting that how they saw you to be is, again, I feel like they saw you as someone that was a little bit manipulative, someone that was a little bit cunning. I am getting that the way that you would say things, it's weird because I'm getting that you're very calculated when it comes to making sure that you say the right thing now. I don't think you were like that as much when you were younger, Pile 1, and the reason why I'm saying that is I feel like you were really impulsive, or you came off as someone that was very impulsive, because I'm hearing heartbreaker in my mind. I think you may have hurt people unintentionally in the past by saying things that may have come off as a little bit callous. You may have said things in the past that were a little bit emotionally closed off, because I'm getting that the biggest thing that you're changing about yourself is your receptivity, how you react to people, you know, thinking before you say things. I think that's something that's new about you, because I think maybe in the heat of the moment, you would impulsively walk away, or you would say things that may come off a little bit hurtful, a little bit cold, because of how you felt in the moment. But it seems like how you are now, or how you're being perceived now by people that maybe are getting to know the new you, they're seeing you as someone that wants to reinvent who you are, wanting to start over in life. So I'm kind of getting that you're ready for a new beginning for yourself. And the biggest new beginning is how you know, receive information, how you react to people, and how you treat people. I'm not saying that you were a hurtful or bad person. I'm not saying that at all, Pile 1. But how you were perceived before wasn't the best. I'm getting there was a lot of bad press, a lot of bad gossip surrounding you and your character. And it's because people may have been misunderstanding your words or your intentions. I'm really getting that you're very misunderstood. Like, I'm really hearing that from spirit. I don't think you're a mean person, but people assumed that by the way that you would react to things, the things that you would say, it came off very emotionally cold, or it just came off really intense. There's something about the things that you say can be very like straight shooter, like blunt, or how it was before. I think that's why you're so analytical now, and you're so slow to saying what's on your mind, because again, you have a sharp tongue. You say things straight to the point, and I think you're realizing now that not everyone is able to receive information like that. I think you're realizing that maybe you need to be a little bit more sensitive to people's feelings, and being able to come from more of an emotional space and not so much a logical headspace. And I'm not saying that the way that you are is bad. I think what you have is very beautiful. I think, you know, people need to be rational. We need to kind of come out of our emotions to make very logical and good judgments for ourselves. And I think you have that pretty nailed, Pile 1. But I think people just kind of misunderstood you quite a bit growing up. But it seems like you are on to newer and better things. So what people are perceiving you to be is you're kind of opening up. People are seeing you to be a little bit more warm. People are seeing you to be a little bit more emotionally engaging. So I think you were being seen as someone that was a little bit more closed off, or you would get bored of people easy. I'm seeing this as connections with people. I want to clarify this a little bit, because I want to see what this 3 of Swords was. Yeah, do you see the 11th house? We have Scorpio in the 11th house. So 11th house is groups of people, Pile 1. So I'm seeing this as very extreme, okay? Scorpio is all about, you know, endings, new beginnings, but this is very mysterious, extreme, intense. So you had very intense connections where you were all in, or you were all out, or possibly the things that you would say were very blunt, straight to the point. It could be a little bit more taboo, because when you think of Scorpio, this is kind of like underneath the surface, more taboo. Like, other people would not be or say or do the things that you do. And I'm getting that you had a lot of friend fallouts. Like, I'm seeing that you would constantly be cycling out through friends. And I think it was just because you were trying to find your niche. But I am seeing some heartbreak here. And I'm also seeing on your end, you've also dealt with some heartbreak when it came to other people. I'm going to move this down. I'm so sorry, Pile 1. But I feel like that was like the biggest struggle, is people being able to understand where you're coming from, realizing your intentions, and not taking your bluntness as non-emotional or non-caring or that type of energy. I want to see what this new birth or new beginning is, because I am getting that you're coming off as someone that's a lot more sensitive to people's feelings. You're coming off as someone that cares more about people. You're more open to emotion. That's something that you're really trying to work hard on. But there's something about a new beginning when it comes to something that you're working on. I'm seeing this as like a project or a goal that you have in your life. Let me go ahead and use my index cards to see what this birth is, because I'm seeing this as you wanting to change your life, or this is like a new opportunity for something really great. Also, I don't know why I'm hearing this. I'm channeling that some of you guys are being perceived as someone that may actually be seen as a really good mom or a really good dad or like wife and husband material. That may not have been something that you've always had or people saw you to be, but I'm kind of getting that you're really, again, the biggest thing is you're really working hard on the connections that you have with other people. So we have Capricorn, so something about Capricorn season, or possibly, again, this is goal setting. Let me pull another card here. Okay, we got Capricorn and we got Aquarius. This is so interesting. Hold on. But anyway, pile one, and we got mistakes. So pile one, before I go ahead and move to these cards, I really feel like people are seeing you to be someone that wants to grow up, mature, be seen as responsible. You may even be seen as a lot more responsible than possibly how you were before, but I'm getting that you may be ready to start a family. That may be something that may be a little bit shocking to people. Because again, I'm really getting that there's just something about you that came off as maybe a little bit intimidating, or people couldn't really get a good read on you emotionally. Maybe it takes a little bit more for you to warm up or open up to people, but it seems like you're a lot more engaging with others. You're a lot more open with people. You're more sensitive to other people's feelings. You may be wanting to, get rid of this pain, because I feel like a lot of the reasons why you may have been coming off as intimidating or leave me alone, or you're hot and cold with people in the past, was because of resentments. Maybe this was backstabbing. Maybe this was like things that may have happened to you when you're younger, or even just failed relationships. 'Cause I'm seeing relationships is a really big one here. But what I'm seeing for you as the new goals in life, the new dreams that you have, again, you really want to learn from your mistakes. You want to make goals for yourself. I'm seeing this as discipline. I'm seeing this as hard work, and I'm seeing this as you planning for your future. You want to make sure that you're learning from your mistakes and that you can keep improving in your life. And let's see where I'm getting, for some of you, this has to do with your career and your work ethic. But for some of you, this could really be anything. Let's go ahead and see. Again, learning from people is what I just heard for you as well. Third house in the North Node. Yeah, the third house is all about your perception. So learning from people. The North Node is about, learning. It's the learning curve. It's all about, experiencing new ways of being, new insights. It's very uncomfortable because it's something that you have never done before. It's something that you've never experienced before, pile one. But this is where you will be finding your purpose and your fulfillment. So you are learning that the things that you have gone through, the people that you encounter, the mistakes that you have made, the backlash that you have experienced in your life wasn't just all for nothing. You know what I'm also getting for you? Another thing that I'm channeling for you that people are perceiving you as right now? People are seeing you as someone that has more hope for their life. And what do I mean by that? I feel like I'm really getting that you're very straight to the point. Like, I don't know why I'm getting this. Like, I don't even think that you're very spiritual or woo-woo. You're coming off as a very grounded pile one, someone that's very realistic, someone that's like very like much in the 3D. And I'm getting that people are perceiving you right now to be coming off as someone that has this mindset of there may be more to life than what I thought. Whether this be spiritual, whether this just be like a change in your mindset or opinions on life, people are seeing you as to be someone as, changing their mind about the ways that, make sense to you. People may see you as someone that's learning to be a little bit more of a risk taker. Someone that's trying new things, someone that's, going against the curve. I'm seeing this as Capricorn and Aquarius, right? They're both ruled by Saturn, but they go about their goals very differently. Capricorn's like that 9-to-5 grind. They have a schedule. It's very straight to the point. It's by the book. But Aquarius is seen as that energy of the rebellious nature, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to make something that's brand new, original, all my own. Someone that's seen as independent. They don't follow any rules. They're following their intuition. And I'm seeing that you are kind of converting from this Capricorn energy into the Aquarius energy. And they both, again, are ruled by Saturn. So they're going to be achieving their goals. They're going to be seen as someone that's very mature. But I'm hearing that you flip-flop between both of these identities, because some people see you as the Capricorn energy, and then some people see you as the Aquarius energy, pile one. You flip-flop back and forth. I think you're trying to find what makes sense for you, but the biggest thing that you're really working on is learning from your mistakes. I think you're learning to not be so hard on yourself for making mistakes or for doing things that you would deem as not right in your eyes. And people are really inspired by this. I just want to say that people are really inspired by this change that you're going through, because it takes a lot of guts to be able to admit that you have faults, to be able to admit that you need to work on yourself. That's a really big thing. Not everyone is humble enough or able to lay down their ego enough to be able to admit that they need to change some things about themselves. Like, we constantly are cycling through changing and growing and improving on ourselves. And if you're not doing that, then I believe that you're not truly living, right? I feel like from what I'm getting from you, people are kind of in awe of you for how much that you are so open to, you know, receiving valid criticism if that's something that you do need to receive, being able to do that self-reflection and be able to look at yourself and be like, yeah, if I messed up, or I fucked up, or I need to really work on not doing that, or I really need to work on bettering myself in this way. I'm telling you, you would think that most people think this way, but they don't. Not a lot of people are able to admit that they're wrong or admit that they made a mistake. Again, we are people that can be seen as selfish, right? Our baseline desire for us to survive, that's built into us, is this need of being selfish, right? We need to be selfish to survive. That's just, it's an instinct that we all have, even animals do. But I think what you're learning is there's a balance to everything. I think you were very selfish in the past. I think that's the biggest thing, is people are seeing you to be less selfish. You're still very grounded and very, like, diplomatic, right? You want to make sure that things are fair for you and everyone else surrounding you. But I think before you were very much like, my way, highway. I'm sorry, Capricorns, I love you, but you guys can be very headstrong, right? Aquariuses can too. I'm just saying, like, you could have a lot of earth placements. I am seeing that because I said Virgo. Now we have Capricorn here, and I was also getting a lot of air energy. So air and earth placements, right? So I feel like it's very hard for people to sway your opinion on certain things. But it seems like you're working on that. That's the biggest thing that I'm really getting for you. And that's been a very big challenge in your life, is being able to be open-minded to changing some things up about your life. But you're working on it, so that's great. All right, so pile one, I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards to see how you actually are as a person right now. I feel like this is pretty, you know, relevant to who you are now, but I was really getting from the past, people saw you as selfish, a heartbreaker, cold. I want to see what spirit would say, not other people, but I want to see how God, spirit, the universe sees you, their perception of you. So hold on one moment. All right, sorry, I had to get a drink of my tea because my throat was getting dry. So I want to see how God, universe, or spirit perceives you to be. The type of person that they see you. Because when you think of spirit, they can see all sides of us. They can see our core values. They can see our energy or character, like everything that most people can't see, because most people can only see the public image of us. But I want to see what spirit thinks of you, what God thinks of you. What is their perception of you? What is God's perception of you? All right, so we got the 9 of Swords here. We got the 7 of Wands, as well as the Hangman. So again, it's a very similar energy that I was getting for you earlier. So how people perceive you is a little bit different from this, but not that different. But I'm seeing from what spirit perceives you to be. Wow. Okay. I don't want to trigger anyone or call anyone out. Spirit sees you as someone that is going through a very difficult time in their life right now. That Nine of Swords, I'm just really drawn to that Nine of Swords energy. The other two cards, I'm going to get to them in a minute. But that Nine of Swords energy is really just like I'm drilled in. You have a lot of conflicting beliefs on yourself. You have a lot of regrets. You hold a lot of guilt. I'm seeing that. You hold a lot of guilt, and there's this feeling that I may even want to cry right now, and I'm trying to really keep my composure. And maybe that's something that you also struggle with, is trying not to get emotional. It's a really big thing that keeps coming up, is you try not to be emotional. You try to come from a very logical place. You try to come from a very rational mind of like evaluating who you are, saying and doing the right things. Like, you don't want to come off as being seen as someone that's impulsive, okay? But what I'm really getting for you is Spirit sees how hard you try to be perfect. Spirit sees how hard that you try to be seen as good, reliable, a good person, humble. I'm getting a lot of pain though. They see that you have a lot of pain, that you have a lot of sadness in you. And I think it's because of disappointments of other people. Like, I'm really channeling this for you, pile one. Spirit sees how much you suffer because of the disappointments of other people. I think you put a lot of expectations on yourself, and I think it's because you don't want to disappoint people the way that maybe you've been disappointed in the past. But I'm also seeing that maybe you have disappointed people, and it really eats you up inside, right? I'm getting this like color of this red of like you thinking that you're a red flag, or you thinking that you're toxic. I don't know why I'm getting that. Or maybe you thought that you were in the past. There's just a lot of like pain. Like, you want forgiveness. You want to be relieved of this past guilt, of this past sadness, because there's some things that you feel really bad for. You feel really bad about. And I think the reason why you come off as someone that's so guarded and maybe a little bit more shut down in your energy is, I think it's not really to disappoint you. I think you're afraid of disappointing people. I don't know why I'm getting this energy from you, but people, Spirit sees you as someone that's afraid of hurting people or disappointing people or doing the wrong thing. You hold yourself back a lot in life because of the fear of the what ifs, because of like, what if I do this wrong? What if I make a mistake? What if I hurt someone again? What are you so worried about? Why are you getting this Nine of Swords? 12th house and Mars. Yeah, I'm telling you, you have a lot of internal conflict. Lots of internal conflict. You want peace, you want closure, you want forgiveness. You are feeling very just hard on yourself because of maybe past pain that you've caused to other people. Maybe I'm even hearing something about like drug addictions, substance abuse. I don't know if that's going to resonate for everyone here, but I'm seeing this as you are hiding yourself away because of the pain that you're holding. Because of the guilt that you're holding, because of this energy of I feel bad, right? So Spirit is seeing you as a person right now that's going through a lot. And I'm really sorry that you're struggling so much, pile one. I do want to pull a card towards the very end of something that you can look forward to, because I do feel like there's a new beginning that's going to be entering your life soon. But with the Seven of Wands and the Hangman, Spirit is seeing you as someone that's at a crossroads in their life right now. You are literally on the verge of beginning a new chapter for yourself or continuing this road that you are currently on right now. So I want to say this as a positive note, pile one. You can change who you are and the way that you're living your life, because there's an opportunity that's going to be entering your life soon where you're able to do that. Again, underneath the deck here, we had this birth card, right? New opportunities, starting over. You are about to have an opportunity to start over or reinvent yourself very, very soon, or possibly you're already on the road to doing this, but maybe Spirit is still seeing you as the Hangman because you still have a lot of this guilt or resentment, or you have one foot in, one foot out, right? You're not like completely invested into this new beginning. So what God would want to say to you is you have the power to change your life if you want to. And I'm seeing that you're working on that, but you still need a little bit of a push. I feel like the biggest thing that you are working on currently and what you need to keep continuing to do is being emotionally open, being receptive, right? Being able to look at your mistakes as lessons to keep improving, not holding yourself back because of past mistakes, and just being curious about your life. I think curiosity is going to be the biggest thing that will help you get farther in life, is not shutting yourself off emotionally, being hopeful for your future, not jumping to the most negative thing that could happen in a situation, having the benefit of the doubt. That's going to be the thing that saves you the most going forward in your life, and what will keep pushing you to persevere is being able to find purpose in things that you may see as problems or challenges. Okay, so to end your reading off, pile 1. Sorry, my window's open. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I think that's a fire truck. So yeah, again, saving the day, right? Being able to come to your help. I think you're going to be having some sort of help or aid, maybe through your spirit guides, or maybe God's going to be sending a person to you. I don't know. I got that as a message for you. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. So let's go ahead and pull one last card for you for something that you can look forward to. I know I'm kind of getting off the point of the video, pile 1, but I feel called to do this for you. What is one thing that you can look forward to when it comes to this new chapter of yours? When it comes to this new opportunity that you're going to be presented very soon? Let's see. Just give me a moment for Spirit to give me a card. Oh, wow. Creative talents. Art lives inside of you. Explore your natural creative talents. Set your mind free. What God wants to say to you about something that you can be looking forward to is, again, you may be someone that's very influential. I don't know why I want to say that. And it could be with your talents, your gifts. You could be very into music, the arts. I was really channeling something about writing, creative writing, lyrics, journaling, poems. Like, I'm seeing this as you kind of being lost in your own little la-la land. You have a really big imagination, pile 1. And something about this art that lives inside of you, there's going to be an opportunity to project this out. There's going to be an opportunity to improve on this, work on this, or your creative talent is going to be seen as a sanctuary for you. I'm seeing that. Your creative talent and the art that you have inside of you is actually going to be opening up your heart and allowing you to feel more free, and so that you can be able to heal. Again, music can be healing, right? Creative writing can be healing. Writing a book can be healing. Whatever you see as art, art can be very healing, but also very liberating in itself. And I'm seeing that is going to be your saving grace, but it also could be helping you with allowing new opportunities and new people into your life as well. It's like a domino effect is what I'm hearing for you. But pile 1, that's all that I have for you. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. All right, pile 2. So you went ahead and chose this image. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the channel message that I have for you based on your image, because I channel messages through colors, pictures, and symbolisms. And then after that, I'm going to be pulling cards live on camera. We're going to be seeing how people are perceiving you to be, and then like I did for pile 1, I want to see how God perceives you, how your spirit guides see you, how they see you, and who you are truly meant to be, or who you're supposed to be, or who you are currently in this moment. Because I feel like God can see all sides of us, right? They can see our character, they can see our emotional space, the things that people can't see, because most people can only see our public image, right? But I want to see what God really sees as your heart space, your character, who you are as a person, truly. But pile 2, from your image. So your image is a clock, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a lot of like random knickknacks on this clock. So I feel like people may be perceiving you to be someone that's kind of constantly on the go. You may have a really tight schedule, and what I mean by that is I'm seeing this as you're constantly up to something, you're constantly going places, socializing, outings, but I feel like your time, you don't have a whole lot of time for yourself. I'm kind of getting this as you're constantly on the go, and so you're trying to like basically fit everything that you need to do within your schedule. I think you may even take on too much, right? But you try to like make it work for yourself. And so with that random coin and that random shoe, it's like I'm getting this like mental image of someone coming home for like a brief moment to go pick some stuff up and then leave the house and then come home, leave the house, come home, leave the house. Like you're constantly cycling in and out and doing hobbies, odd jobs, errands, like, and then you come home really, really, really late at night. And you only come home to sleep is what I'm hearing. Like you're kind of constantly on the go. This is how people are seeing you. Regardless if your line of work or your daily life is having you be outside the house, even if you are in the house all the time, I'm still seeing this as a very busy schedule. So people see you as someone that is a multitasker, constantly doing something. You're not just sitting idle and, you know, twiddling your thumbs and not doing anything. Sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. But pile 2, I'm seeing this as people perceive you to be very, it's interesting because they see you to be very organized, but it's also very chaotic at the same time. Like 8 of Wands energy, like you just have a lot going on, but the way that you run it is very smooth. Like I think most people would see your life and they would get very overwhelmed, but the chaoticness, you can like thrive in it. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Like you thrive in chaos. You can make it work for yourself. Like you actually do better in chaos than you do when things are slow or boring or sitting still. Okay, I am channeling something else for you, pile 2, so please don't get at me for this. I think when things get a little too slow, you get bored and you actually try to like make some chaos for yourself. And I'm not trying to say that you are a shit starter or that you're, you know, being a bad person or anything like that, but I think you like having things to happen for you. You're the person that constantly needs change in your life. Like you need things to kind of like, you know, be cycling through, I guess is what I'm hearing. Like you're the type of person where you need to like change your hair up a lot, like especially with your self-expression, pile 2. Like you get bored with things, and so you need to like maybe change up your look, or maybe you are wanting to change up your habits a lot. Like I feel like you like the feeling and the rush of having something new going on, or you're focusing on a new project. So I'm seeing this as new projects and hobbies, pile 2. That's what I'm really seeing for you. It's not so much where you're trying to be a trouble starter or you're trying to like, you know, have tower moments in your life. I'm not really seeing that, but I'm seeing this as self-expression, reinvention of you and your identity, and new hobbies, new skills. And I think the one thing, if you were to change something up the most, is possibly your living space and your career, what you do for work, what you do for money. You need something that's very high pace and something that's very engaging, right? Something where you have a lot of freedom of expression, freedom of your time, and maybe even something that allows you to be your own boss, right? But I'm seeing this as you're constantly wanting to change how you express yourself, how you go about your day, but it's also very busy. So that's what I was channeling the most for you, pile 2, is that's how people are perceiving you to be. I am going to pull some cards to see what else we can get for you, but another thing that I am hearing in my mind right now, with that coin here, you may be very focused on making your money. You're very money goal oriented right now. Like you are a boss when it comes to that. Like you have a really great way of being able to make money or find ways to make more money. Or if you are in the commission service industry, I don't know, you're really good at being able to add on new services so that it becomes more wealth for you. But you're always able to find ways to make more money, work harder. You have a really great work ethic. That's what I'm really hearing for you, but you're really focusing on your money, your goals, your salary is what I'm hearing, but that's something that you're really focusing on, and people are taking notice of this. So let's go ahead and see for you, pile 2. How are people perceiving you right now with my oracle cards? How are people perceiving you to be? All right, so we got eclipse in Capricorn, new direction, reevaluate success. Yeah, like I was saying, you could be 34 years old, but it might not resonate. That's totally fine. Okay, I'm seeing this as a time frame, March 4th. That could be a time frame for you of when you are ready to start a new direction when it comes to your line of work, the things that you put effort into. Yeah, I think you are about to get ready to start some sort of new endeavor when it comes to your money and your career, like how you make your money. I was really channeling that for you before, that you're really focusing on your money. I think you are wanting to branch out. You're wanting to make something bigger. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but you may already have, like, for example, if you're online, you may already have a platform. You may have like your own independent business. I'm seeing this as you launching like a new product or wanting to branch out and maybe make a smaller side hustle thing. Like, I'm seeing this as you're ready to expand something that you already have. When it comes to how you make money, or when it comes to your line of work, like having new services, new things to sell, new merchandise, if you are someone that has their own business, or if you're already in a career where you're working a 9-to-5, you may want to find like another side job that can bring in more income. Or if you are wanting to continue on in the current line of work that you have, you may be finding ways to level up by, you know, applying for a new position, taking on more workflow. But I'm seeing this as improving, like you're wanting to add on to something. And if this is not like career based, I am getting this as money. For example, you could be someone that's really into investments and stock. You may be wanting to, you know, make a game plan to add more money into your stocks, into your crypto, or maybe you're wanting to invest in buying, maybe even buying property, right? Like you're ready to level up by, you know, increasing the value of your home. I don't know why I'm getting this, but it's like you have a really big game plan for what you want your future to look like when it comes to your money, your goals, your assets, and your career. And people are seeing that. People are seeing that you have a lot of future success headed your way. And I think you know this already, pal, too, but I just want to like clarify that you have some big lofty goals, but they seem very achievable, and people are recognizing how hard you're working. And I think there's some people that are a little bit jealous of this success that you're about to kind of step into, but it's not for nothing, pal, too. I think that you've been working really hard on this, so this is very well deserved. But people are noticing your work ethic right now. People are noticing the gains that you're having. Good for you. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you, pile 2, and see how else are people perceiving you to be right now? What else are people seeing about you right now? Noticeable. That's funny as hell. So what people are noticing or perceiving you to be is you are coming off as more noticeable. So let's clarify that. Copy. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on, pile 2. I'm gonna pull some more cards here to clarify what this is. And wow, ram spirit, and we have a goat here, or is this a ram? Very similar energy. You are someone that's not to be messed with, okay? Be bold enough to be your true self, show determination to achieve success, allow your leadership to take over. Okay, so this is what I'm getting for you, pile 2. You are being seen as noticeably, possibly different. Someone that is, you know, you're coming off as someone that you don't want people to mess with you. People are not going to mess with you because, again, you come off as a little bit intimidating. I think you have some really big things that are going to be heading your way soon. I'm just seeing you as you are a goal setter. You're a goal achiever. You are someone that's not afraid to be themselves. But I'm also hearing this as you have a lot of passion towards what you want to make out of your life. And I'm actually seeing that there's people that are noticing this in you, and they are being so enamored by this. I'm hearing this is a glow up of yours. So they're being enamored by so much of this glow up of yours, pile 2, that they're wanting to copy you. There's something about how this is a change. I don't know if you've always been like this, or maybe you were seen as someone that, you know, did a lot of moves behind the scenes, but I'm seeing this as you're about to reach some sort of financial success, or you're going to be publicly recognized for something here. I'm seeing this as success here, regarding money, assets, property, or even like, you know, how people publicly see you. But people are going to be starting to recognize this in you. And I'm actually seeing that there's going to be people that want to take advice from you, you know, copy what you're doing. They may want to apply themselves more because they're seeing you do it and they're seeing that you're basically thriving, and they want to have success for their lives as well. So I don't know if you're giving advice to people or people are just taking you as an example. But you're leading people in the right direction. I will say that there are some people that are not able to be originally themselves. There's something really strong here about you being your own person, you being able to show who you truly are, not copying other people. I want to move this. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like I'm kind of getting that people used to see you as the copycat, which is kind of interesting to me. Pile 2, I feel like people didn't really know who you were very well, or they didn't really understand what you wanted in life. I'm kind of getting like Scorpio energy. You're kind of like mysterious to people, but it seems like the way that you're coming out into the world right now, it's like very bam in your face. You know who you are. You're coming off as very authentic. You're coming off as someone that's very hardworking, and people are a little bit shook by this because I'm kind of getting that people may have been like, there's people around you that may have been like putting out some bad gossip about you, and I think people were believing it because they didn't really know who you were. But now that they're actually starting to see who you are, they're realizing that you're no way the way that this other person was proclaiming you to be. And I think people thought that you were a copycat, that people thought that you didn't have your own originality, that people thought that you didn't have your own sense of identity, that you're constantly copying other people. But I'm getting that it's the other way around now. You're coming off as someone that is very authentic in who you are, your self-expression, your goals, like, and I'm also getting that you just do not care. Like, there's something about your energy that's coming off as competitive, fighting back. People can't push you around as much as maybe what they thought they could before. Like, I'm getting a very strong, forceful energy. Like, I keep hearing people don't want to fuck with you. Like, I don't know what this is, but you're coming off as very like, don't mess with me. I am focused on, you know, real life problems, real life stuff. Like, you don't want to mess with no nonsense people. I think people are realizing that you are someone that's very realistic. You're very goal oriented. You don't want to like be messing with people that are going to be wasting your time. Again, with that time reference, you chose the clock, right? You have a very tight schedule. You have someone, sorry, I'm stuttering and I'm saying things that I do not want to say. You are someone, pile 2, where you don't have the time to be messing with people or dealing with crap that's going to be taking you away from your goals, right? You're someone that is very much focused on your lifelong goals. You don't have the time to be messing with any dusties. You don't have the time to be, you know, doing odd jobs here and there that aren't going to be bringing you to your lifelong success. Like, you are so focused on who you're going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that the people or the things that try to keep you distracted or try to keep you away from your goals, you're like, bye-bye, go away, leave me alone. So you may even be seen as someone right now or being perceived by people where you're not giving people the time of day. Like, I think it's actually a treat, a gift, or a luxury when you take the time out of your very busy schedule to hang out with them or to talk to them or to give them, again, your time's valuable. I'm really hearing that. So I think people feel very special when you do take time out of your day to, you know, do something with them or to talk to them or to help them out or whatever. Because I think you have some really big things heading your way. I keep hearing that for you. You have some really big, awesome, amazing things that are about to enter your life soon, if not already. And you need all the determination, all of the time, all of your strength to keep focusing on that. Again, you don't want people to distract you or to mess with you or to keep you in this energy of just feeling blah, right? You want to keep pushing forward is what I'm hearing. And you're not going to allow people or things to get in your way to pursue these goals of yours. So that's how people are perceiving you right now, Pal 2. So I'm going to go ahead and get my tarot cards, and I'm going to pull a couple more cards to see how else are people perceiving you to be right now before I move on to how is God or the universe perceiving you to be. All right, so we got the 4 swords here. Yeah, I'm getting like reserved energy from you. And the Empress, yeah, you are focusing on your craft, your business, your goals. You are creating something. The Empress can talk about creation. This is like abundance, this is growth, this is a new beginning for yourself. So whether you are a stay-at-home parent, you could be a mom, you could be a dad, I don't know. But I was really getting like money, career-oriented stuff here. But if not, this is just you really focusing on your future. You are in this mode of, I'm getting like, you're in this mode of like, stay away from me, hibernation. You're really focusing on you, your energy, your time, your love, your assets, your growth, your business. Like, you are putting a lot of love into something. And this could be very well putting love into you, but I'm seeing this as you have really strong boundaries right now. People are perceiving you to be a little bit more reserved. People are seeing you again as you're fine in your energy. You're totally okay with walking away from people if you need to. Like, you're very focused on making sure that your time is seen as precious, that your energy is seen as precious, that you are, you know, making sure that you are being seen as valuable. And I think for you, being seen as valuable is not giving your time, energy, or your love to people that you see that doesn't deserve it. And I'm seeing for you, you're really in this mode of hibernation. I think you're going through a sense of healing. You're kind of in this isolation type of mode where you're being seen as more withdrawn, but you're not lonely. You're just really focusing on you, your energy, possibly your family, the close-knit friends that you have. Like, you have a small social circle, and that's okay with you. You actually like it that way because you're busy, Pile 2. I'm seeing that you're busy focusing on growing something. You're busy focusing on creating something for your life that, again, the Empress is long-term abundance, long-term flourishing of the fruits of your labor. This is something that you created, something that you're nurturing, and something that you're reaping the rewards from. So yes, people are seeing you to be, you know, in your own energy, in your own space. You don't talk to that many people, but you seem happy about it. You seem fine with it. You seem cool with it. And you seem like you're just doing really well, honestly. Even with the card on the bottom was the Sun. You're coming off as someone that's a lot more confident. You're coming off as someone that seems to be pretty happy being in your own energy. And I think a lot of this has to do with, like, I think you were dealing and struggling with self-esteem issues, people taking from you. I'm getting that you were seen as directionless or lost for a little while, but you were able to walk away from the people or things that made you feel weak or unworthy. And I think that's the biggest thing, is the noticeable change about you, Pile 2, is what you define as success, what you define as family, what you define as friendship, connections, love to be. That's something that you've been doing a lot of inner work on, is who's there for me, who isn't there for me, what do I want in life. You've been putting boundaries up, but also the people that you do keep close, the things that you do decide that this is for me, you've been putting all your love and time and energy into, and everyone else can basically fuck off. That's basically what I'm getting for you, Pile 2. But you know what? Good for you. I think that is great. If that's what you need to be happy, then keep doing that. All right, so pile 2, that is what I'm getting for how people are perceiving you to be right now. I'm going to go ahead and get some other cards to see how God, Spirit, and the universe is perceiving you to be right now. I will be right back. All right, I had to get some water because I don't know about you guys, I will just record the whole video all the way through and I'm just talking forever and my jaw actually starts to hurt because I'm talking so much, which is, I think that's why I start to stutter, because my jaw is just like, oh my god, it hurts, I'm talking so much. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how God sees you, how the universe is perceiving you to be. I'm just hearing, I'm so proud of you. So I think the biggest thing that God, Spirit, whatever you believe in, wants to tell you is they are so proud of you. I'm kind of seeing, wow, you have I'm getting a male spirit guide or a male ancestor that's like crying, but it's like a happy crying. Wow. I'm actually seeing 2 images of this man crying, but then you're also crying and you guys are both smiling. And this man is like wiping away your tears, and it seems like a fatherly figure or someone that's being seen as like an authoritative figure. I don't know, but they're just really proud of you. They're really proud of everything that you're accomplishing right now, and they want you to keep going. That's what I'm channeling in my mind right now. So yeah, I'm hearing that you did this all by yourself. Wow, pile 2. Yeah, you have a spirit guide on your side that's really wanting to help you along in this journey. I'm really channeling that, and they're just really, really proud of you. Wow, okay. How does God currently see you? How does the universe see you right now to be? I'm really focusing on that Ram card. There's no cards coming up, but I'm really focusing on that Ram spirit card. They're seeing you as the Ram spirit. So you may even be seeing a lot of images of rams. I'm hearing something about Aries season. It's going to be really prominent for you, pile 2. Okay, finally, got 2 cards here. All right, wow. Mirroring in next level. Who or what is triggering you? Look deeper inside yourself. Reflecting your repressed emotions as well as next level. You're reaching new heights. You will rise above it all. Right tracks that lead to success. So I'm telling you guys, Spirit, God, the universe, they're seeing you as doing that inner work. This is all about self-reflection and being able to achieve new things because you're really trying to improve on yourself. Again, Aries season, but also just the Ram spirit. You are being bold enough to be your true self, and being your true self, you know, can be very scary. It can be exhilarating, but it's scary because being true and authentic to you means having to take the people-pleasing pleasantry of the mask that you may wear in public, taking that off, and having people see, yes, being authentic and being real and raw can be seen as very beautiful, but also we are human and we have flaws, and there's things that can be seen as ugly or seen as selfish or seen as, you know, not our best selves, right? And you are literally uncovering all of that, and you are taking a step back and you're looking at all of it for what it is. I'm hearing self-acceptance is something that you're really working on, and it's showing. It's noticeable. Again, it's noticeable. How people are perceiving you is pretty similar to how the universe is perceiving you to be. You are changing for the better right now, pal, too. You're going through a healing period in your life. And again, the Empress is all about self-worth, self-value as well. So you're really working on loving all aspects of yourself and wanting to grow the healthy aspects of you, wanting to nurture the beautiful and good things about you, the positives in your life. You're really focusing on the next level of you, your life, your journey. Again, there's a lot of things talking about success here. So you are on a road to success, right? How are you succeeding in life? I want to see what is about to become successful in your life. Again, 3rd house is all about perception. Your rawness is, again, discovering something new, breaking free from the chains of your life. You are breaking free from how people used to perceive you, but also how you used to perceive yourself. You are succeeding because perception's everything, pal, too. How you see yourself and how you see your life, literally dictates our actions, our choices, and our thoughts. And I think you're manifesting a new life for yourself because you're allowing yourself to truly see you and your life for what it is. But you're also being teachable in this moment where you're being open and flexible to change. You're not being super stuck on an opinion or a pathway for yourself. You're being open to learn. Also learn about yourself too. That's really something that's coming up strong for you, is being able to learn who you are. And again, you're going to make a lot of mistakes here and there. And this is a path of growth and needing to transition, as well as, you know, transitioning takes steps back and then step forward. Like, there's going to be a lot of mistakes and progress that you will continually make. It's not a straight shooter path where you're just going to be going down this path of success. There's going to be some hiccups along the way, but through these hiccups and these challenges and these blockages in your life, you are redefining who you are. And I think you're also discovering new aspects of yourself along this journey. So what Spirit wants to say to you again is they're really proud of you, because this is not an easy thing to go through, is being able to face your shadows and facing your fears. But you're not just facing them. I'm hearing that you're conquering them. It's like everything that gets thrown in your way, yes, you may be feeling scared about it. Yes, you may be feeling like, oh my God, I want to run away. And you may run away for a brief moment, but you always come back to it. You don't let it sit on the burner for too long, right? You always find a way to make sure that you come back and you're able to defeat that demon, right? So again, your spirit guides are seeing you as this ram spirit. You are being seen as a warrior. You have a warrior mindset. Again, heroes, just because they're coming off as brave doesn't mean that they're not scared. You're coming off as brave, but you are also being seen as someone that can feel these very negative feelings. There's going to be moments where you're not confident in yourself, but you keep pushing yourself anyway. And that's a very beautiful thing, Pile 2. I want you to know that. So how your spirit guides are seeing you is they're seeing you as someone that's on the right path in life. They're seeing you as someone that's going to continually keep growing and changing and becoming the best version of you. And they're seeing you as someone that's going to be having a very successful life. And what you see as successful, that's what it's going to be. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card for you about what else you need to know, right? What else does Spirit want you to know regarding this reading? One last message for Pile 2. Wow. Alrighty. Rich and abundant. Hold on. Let me move this. Rich and abundant, your aesthetic and secrets. Ooh. Okay, so you're going to be having a glow up. That's the biggest thing that I'm seeing for you. And the glow up is going to be your money, your financial security, and how you just feel secure in yourself, honestly. So rich and abundant can literally be multiple things. It doesn't just have to talk about money, but I am seeing money, career success. That is a ultimate win that you're going to be having. Your aesthetic, you're going to be finding what looks good on you, how you want to present yourself, and that is going to be seen as really attractive because you are not trying to be someone else. You're not trying to, hide things about you. You're being very vulnerable. You're being very bold. You're being who you are, and you're wearing the things that make you look good and things that make you feel good, right? Things that will look good on you, make you, stand out more. Someone that's going to be very authentic in their expression. Again, you're really trying not to look like anyone else but yourself. And that's going to be looking really attractive. Secrets. What the hell is that about? Let's see. Oh, shoot. Okay. Another thing that you need to know, there's going to be a lot of exposures that's going to be happening. I'm hearing around you. So I'm hearing that you're going to be seeing people's... Wow, okay. I'm getting that you are going to be seeing people for who they truly are, whether your intuition tells you or God is going to be showing you in ways that you did not think possible. Wow, that is very specific. This is the year of karma because 2024 turns into an 8. I think you have some really good karma that's going to be heading your way, Pile 2, but I also hear that there's people around you where they're going to be showing you their true colors. So I don't really know what that means, but just prepare yourself because that could be disappointing, especially if it's people that we thought were you know, good to us. But the other thing that I want to say to you too is your intuition is going to be leading you down the right path. So again, secrets, there's not going to be any secrets. That's what I'm hearing. And if there are secrets, they're going to be very much exposed to you during this time. So I don't know what that means, but I'm hearing that there may be a lot of, wow, okay. I pulled the 5 of Wands here. There's going to be, I'm seeing people scrambling. I think you have some people that may have been trying to, you know, keep things from you, or they're trying to start shit towards you in the past, and that's not going to go very far at all. You have some people that may have been actually trying to spread secrets about you or lies, and they're going to have to, like, I feel like it's blatant lies too, where they're going to be stumbling on their lies. They're going to be forgetting the lies that they told. That's going to be exposed. Anyone that's been trying to be competitive with you, fake to you, hurt you, they're going to be exposed. I'm hearing that for you very strongly. When is this exposing gonna happen for the majority of these people? For pile 2. Aquarius season. So very well right now if you're watching this. Aquarius season ends tomorrow, I believe, February 20th, if I'm wrong here. So it very well could be happening right now. But if not, if you're watching this at a later time, Aquarius season, just look out for that. But pile 2, that is all that I have for you. So I hope that this was enjoyable, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. All right, pile 3, welcome to your video all about how people are perceiving you to be in this moment right now. So as you can see, I don't have any cards on the table. I'm going to be channeling the message that I got from your photo first, and then I'm going to be pulling cards live on camera. And then I thought towards the end of the reading, because I've been doing this for both of the piles so far, I want to see how God, the universe, or spirit is perceiving you to be. So we're going to be seeing how the public sees you, and then I want to see how God sees you, or whatever you guys believe in. I believe in God. Honestly, I'm not a Christian, but I grew up Christian, but I kind of believe that gods, goddesses, they are all the same source. And so what we call it, what we define it to be, I think it's all the same. I think there's truth in every religion, but that's just my own opinion. So if I'm kind of going back from God, spirit, universe, if I'm like kind of like going back and forth between those names, those verbiage, that's the reason why. I'm just trying to find what fits for you and what makes you the most comfortable. But I literally go back and forth and say spirit, guides, God, universe, because I kind of just believe they're all the same thing. But anyway, pile 3. So what I was really channeling for your image, it was a woman that I find to be very beautiful. There's some peacock feathers there. So again, peacocks are known for their beauty, their flashiness as well. Wow, I'm hearing well preserved. Okay. Their well preservedness, I guess. But all right, so pile 3. Anyway, you are being seen as very desirable, very attractive. You are being seen as someone that is not afraid to be themselves. You may be seen as a little bit loud in your self-expression, so it may not be how you are when it comes to your voice, but how you identify yourself as being seen as very direct, very loud, and very animated. So I'm seeing someone that may not be afraid of wearing very bold, very colorful clothing. Maybe the way that you do your makeup is very bold. Not everyone else would do it the way that you do. Your hair. I'm hearing that your hair is your best feature for someone, so I did channel that. So I'm kind of seeing that people see you to be very beautiful. I heard eye candy in my head. So again, desirable, attractive, beautiful. But I wouldn't say that you're the standard norm of beauty. I wouldn't say that either, because I'm kind of getting there's a little bit of an edge to you. There's a little bit of an eccentricness to you. Like you're coming off as very creative or artsy. So I'm seeing this as like not your typical pretty or not your typical handsome. There's kind of like this edge to it, whatever that means. You have your own twist. You have your own way of accenting the expression. So it's not like your typical style, I guess. Like it could be seen as something that's mainstream, but the way that you put it on yourself. There's like a little twist of your own self-expression added to it. So I don't really know what that means, but I did hear that for you. I did hear another thing too, where you're being seen as someone that's high value. So again, there's a lot of this confirmation of desirable. So whatever that means, it seems like you may people may see you as having like a roster of dates. So again, you're desirable when it comes to romantic offers, business applications. Like I'm seeing this as many things where you may be seen by people as a socialite or someone that is high power, high influence, or someone that is popular. I don't know how true that is, but people see you to be desirable where everyone wants to be in your energy, get to know you, talk to you, or say that they know you. Very strange. But pile 3, I'm seeing this as, again, I feel like there's a lot of people that look up to you. They look up to you for your creativity, your originality, how bold you are when it comes to being yourself. But I'm getting just a very good impression. There's people that look up to you, admire you, see you as really cool. But I'm also kind of getting a distance, though, too, as well, where, yes, people may see you as like, oh, yeah, they're cool, but I don't really think there's a whole lot of people that talk to you very much. Again, you may have a very intimidating presence as well. I'm not saying that you're scary or that you come off as scary, but you may be coming off as so cool that people may think that you're out of their league or something. I don't know why I'm hearing that. But yeah, the attractiveness, the prettiness, the charmingness that I'm getting, what people perceive you to be, you're very well liked from what I'm getting. People receive you very well. But yeah, that's what I'm getting so far with what I channeled. So let's just go ahead and pull some cards for you, pile 3, and see how are people perceiving you right now? How are people seeing you as a person right now? Let's see here. How are people perceiving pile 3? Okay, I just heard that some people may see you as an airhead. I'm hearing a classy airhead. Please do not get offended, pile 3. I am just the messenger. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I am hearing some not so great things now. Okay, so we got Sun in Capricorn status. Again, work diligently towards your goal. So you are being seen as a status symbol. You're being seen as someone that's high value. Do you see how there's like the staircase? I feel like there may be people that see you as like royalty or see you as like a god status or goddess status, like again the untouchable, like holier than thou energy. I don't know if you perceive yourself to be this way, but I am getting this energy where you're being seen as a king or a queen, like high status, high value. You're not just you're not just an everyday peasant. And I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of like having some weird things come up in my head, but anyway, I think I'm hearing that it's a luxury to be in your presence. I don't know what this is, pile 3, but wow. Yeah, I feel like people want to do things for you. So I'm seeing this other card on the bottom of the deck, and you see these people out in the field, like working their ass off, and it's making me think that they're working their ass off for this structure or for these people. Like, this is really messed up, but it's like you're at the top of the hierarchy, okay? And then you have these people that are seen as your worker bees that are, wow, I heard your minions that are working for you, making sure that you're taken care of, like where they're busting their butt. I don't know why I'm channeling this for you, but people are perceiving you to be seen as someone that is living a very good life. You have a structure in place where you don't have to be pushing yourself super hard. You don't have to be like breaking a sweat. Like, you have things taken care of for you. I'm kind of seeing this as like prince or princess treatment. That's how you're being perceived. So that's kind of like a good and a negative thing too, though, because there are some people that I am channeling from this towards you, pile 3, where they may think that you've never worked a day in your life, or they think that, again, people just give you things. They may think that you're spoiled. They may think that you're being selfish. I don't think that's true. But again, this is just perception, right? This doesn't mean this is who you are, but this is how people perceive you. They perceive you to have the finer things in life, the good things, and you didn't have to work a day in your life for it, but other people had to work hard for the things that you have. So I don't really know what that means for you or how accurate that is, but that's how people are perceiving you. Another thing that I'm getting to is, again, I keep hearing that you are living a very good life, or people perceive your lifestyle to be very admired. Like, people wish that they could live the life that you have, or they had the things that you had, or the status that you have. I don't know if it's, I mean, I think there's people that, you know, wish they could be you, but I'm really getting it's like your assets, your life, your lifestyle, maybe even your friendships, or the person that, if you're romantically involved with someone, maybe even your partner. But I'm getting that you have a very cushy life, or you're being perceived as someone that isn't struggling that much right now. That you're well taken care of, that you're well loved, that you're well respected, well admired. Like, you have people that love you, that support you, and it seems like your life is very nurtured, it's very settled, it's very secure. You have a really stable foundation. So you may have a really great family life, you may have a partner that really loves you, that wants to provide for you. You may have a really good friend group, or you have a lot of people that just truly love and you know, take care of you, and they appreciate you, right? But I'm seeing that you are being well respected by many people, and it seems like you're benefiting from other people, or you're benefiting just in general in life. Like, your life seems to be looking really good. I don't know if that's accurate, but it seems like your life is coming off as really good. So let's see what else people are perceiving you to be. Yeah, I'm not surprised. We got dating. So people are seeing you as someone that may be on the market, right? Or possibly people see you again as someone that they want to go out, right? I'm also seeing this as very flirty. So people may see you as very flirty, very romantic. Yeah, again, I keep hearing desirable. So you may have a lot of suitors when it comes to love, whether you know this or not, pile 3. You have people that want to be in your energy, in your company, whether this even just be like friendship-wise too. You just have a lot of people that admire you, people that like you for you and want to get to know you better. And so I don't know if you know this, but I think this is talked amongst other people where they're like, oh, pile 3 is really cool. Pile 3 is like my type, or blah, blah, blah. Like, they want to get to know you more. But again, there's like this, I think you seclude yourself, to be quite honest, pile 3. Like, I'm seeing this image of you hiding in this little hut here. Like, it's like people can't really reach to you. They can't really get to know you. I don't know if you are, again, with that energy of it's like a luxury to be in your energy. I don't know if you just kind of hermit yourself, or you do your own thing. I don't know. But there's a lot of people that want to get to know you more, but it may be hard to access you. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Or maybe you have this like demeanor or energy or presence where it kind of gives them this mode of like unapproachable. I don't know. Okay, what else are people perceiving you as right now? Lighting the way. Let yourself be guided. Angels are watching over you. You haven't lost your way. Wow. Okay, so you are highly protected. People are seeing you as being very much protected by the universe. Again, I think I'm getting this message where you have like this intuition that leads you to hearing profitable ways. What is this? I'm hearing that you have an intuition that has led you to a lot of great things in your life. Your intuition has never been wrong, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, I feel like your intuition is literally leading you into this lifestyle that people are talking about. And I'm also hearing something about how I'm almost seeing you as being seen as this butterfly where you have gone through many transformations in your life. I don't know if this has always been the case for you, for what people are saying. I'm sorry, I'm going to move this a little bit. I think the status that you're stepping into, because I think you're stepping into this wasn't always the case for you. Your desirableness, this achievement that you're reaching, it's something that is, you know, still a little new to you is what I'm hearing. And I actually feel like you're being seen as that butterfly where, again, butterflies are seen as very fragile, right? They're very beautiful, but they're very fragile. They're very petite. And so you would think that you would be damaged or hurt, right? People want to catch butterflies, and there's something about how you always get away from danger. Wow, this is really interesting. So you're being seen as someone that's fragile, or someone that, you know, could be taken advantage of really easily, but something about your intuition, or even just your spiritual protectors, I guess, has kept you safe. I'm hearing that you've been in a lot of sticky situations where your life could have turned up very differently, is what I'm hearing. And people are perceiving you to be spiritually protected. So I'm guessing that you are, but people are perceiving you to be at the right place at the right time. That you have like unknown forces that are watching your back. That's very interesting that people are perceiving you that way. Most people do not think that way, but there's a lot of people that think that you have really good karma on your side, or if they're not thinking it in that specific way, pile 3, people may perceive you to be lucky, right? Like it just happened to them. I don't know why or how they got it, but they just knew the right thing to do. Sorry, they know the right things to do, or they know the right things to say. They are attracted to the right people. It's like you're constantly able to attract the right things to you to lead you to success in your life. I don't think you doubt your intuition either. So that's another thing that people are talking about, where if you feel called to walk away from something, if you feel called to change something overnight, people may not really understand why that is, but it makes sense over time, and then they realize that that was the right choice, that you made the right choice. I'm also seeing something about how this rebranding of you, because I'm hearing that for you, this rebranding of yourself, this actually invested a lot of time that you had to put to make this into something. You had to put in a lot of determination, a lot of your drive to recreate this version of your life, or recreate who you are. Again, working diligently towards your goals. I think you've been in isolation. I'm really hearing that, because again, I'm channeling this woman or person in this little hut. You've been in isolation for a while, and I think you've been working on yourself, working on something behind the scenes, and you're just now starting to show the progress of what you've been doing behind the scenes in solitude, and people are recognizing this growth, and they're kind of just like, wow, like pile 3 did that work. Like, wow, I didn't think that pile 3 could do that. Again, there's a public reputation change that I'm getting, and it's a level up for you. It's a good change. People are speaking very positively about you, saying that you're coming off as lucky, or someone that's living a good life, or someone that seems very blessed. And it's because you decided to rebuild yourself, or rebuild your life, or transform in some sort of way. So that is what I'm hearing for you. Let's see what you transformed. I really want to see what that is. What did you transform? Leo, the 6th house and the South Node. So you definitely walked away from something that was comfortable. Something that you're used to, a pattern of yours. Because the South Node is what is known and what is safe, and also where you've come from, so your past. The 6th house is your health and well-being. This can also talk about your enemies, your duties, your work. So I actually feel like you decided to... You felt called to walk away from what felt known and what felt safe, but I'm also hearing something about what was known and what was safe to you had a lot of hidden enemies. A lot of things that you didn't see that were actually hurting you. Things that were actually hindering your self-esteem, things that made it so that your physical health was not doing so great. Sorry, I had to drink some water. But I also am seeing something about how where you were before was taking a really big toll on your self-confidence. This Leo charm here makes me think of being confident, being expressive, knowing who you are, knowing your identity, but also knowing your purpose in life. Whatever it is that you left an old identity of yours, but this old identity wasn't really truly your identity. I think it was a suppression of your identity. You walked away from a suppression of your own identity. You walked away from people that were making you feel bad. You walked away from some really unhealthy health habits too. That is something that I'm seeing. So this energy that I'm getting is not just energetically changed. It's like you're also physically looking very different as well. But the people that you surround yourself, again, the 6th house is your everyday. So this is many things. The people that you have in your life, your sense of work, your sense of income, your health habits, those are all things that you made very big changes to. And I'm hearing within these past couple of years, so I'm thinking that you've been in solitude for a past couple of years now, pile 3. So this is something that you've been really working on behind the scenes, and it's like you're coming out now, and people are like, whoa, like, who's that? And the thing is you're not being anyone else but you. I think you're just ready to show the world the real you. And this real you is very beautiful and very well desired, right? There's like a new spark to you. So that is what I'm channeling for you. Let's see what else people are saying or perceiving you as right now with my tarot cards. I'm hearing in power and in control. That's what I heard. All right, we got the Seven of Swords here. So I'm seeing this as very analytical. I'm seeing this as someone that's very strategic. And again, I feel like you're being seen as someone that's not afraid to run away from something that doesn't feel right. Usually the Seven of Swords is not a great card to get. There's a lot of people that do not like this card, pile 3. Because it's seen as a very selfish card. It's seen as a stealing card, a thieving card. I think there may be people that may think negatively, thinking that you're being selfish and that you're being cruel and that you're, you know, you're taking your power back. That's what I'm really getting. I'm hearing that you're taking your power back, and people that were benefiting off of the people pleasing you are pissed off right now because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe pile 3 thought that they could do this, that they think that they can get away with this. Like, I don't think you're really doing anything, but they think it's like a crime to them because, again, you have your power. You're claiming your power back in a situation. And I'm seeing this as you're doing this kind of like outside of the... I think you're surprising people right now. And I think you're doing this like sneakily like a Scorpio, like doing behind the scene works and then they pop out, right? So I think you are popping out on people. You're kind of like taking people by surprise right now, and it's startling them, especially your enemies. I keep hearing that. You may have had a lot of enemies growing up. I don't really know why that is. All right, so the other thing that I want to say is you got the Ace of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I'm hearing this is dumping. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Ace of Swords, people are seeing you as having clarity on your life. You have a new mindset, right? And I'm getting this as you are ready to get out of a repetitious cycle, especially with this woman. It looks like these stairs that are like cycling, but it's giving me Neptune energy. So you are wanting to break free from any addictions, self-limiting beliefs, anyone or anything that may be holding you back in life. Again, people may be seeing you as selfish, but I think you are just making those hard choices of choosing yourself. But people that were benefiting off of that, they're seeing you as being really selfish in this moment. But I'm also seeing, I'm not going to lie, pile 3, I feel like your money situation is about to change. So I don't know if you are, with this tower thing, I was seeing this as like a tower where you have resources, you have the things that you need. Why am I seeing, wow, as I said that, the tower card was on the bottom of the deck. There's going to be a shakeup in a foundation or a money situation that may be stalled right now, because I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles as a lack of money, or there's a stall on your money, or you want some sort of new sense of security. You want like a new foundation for yourself, or possibly some of you guys are wanting to move, because I'm seeing this as like you want to change to a structure, and people may be seeing you as someone that's having a stall, but underneath the deck was the Tower. So I feel like people, again, are going to be surprised. There's a lot of surprises that I'm getting. The biggest thing that people are perceiving you as is they're going to be surprised, because there's going to be a shakeup in your life. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. You're going to be changing people's minds about you. You're going to be surprising people with your growth, but I'm also seeing that there may be like a living situation or a money situation that could be surprising people, because there's going to be a shakeup to something. Let me clarify that a little bit more with my dice, because I feel like you could be moving unexpectedly, or you could be starting a new job unexpectedly, or there could be a new source of income that could be coming to you unexpectedly that people are going to be surprised about. Yeah, we got the 8th house, we got Mars, and we got Sagittarius. You see how it's all pointing to the right? There's some sort of new investment, and I'm seeing this as like a lucky break. I'm seeing this as movement. I'm seeing this as you're going to be taking action on something that's going to be continuously bringing in more growth to you. So this could be a new home, this could be a brand new relationship, this could be marriage, this could be a lot of things, but I'm seeing this as, this is a secret though. Again, you're going to be catching people off guard with what this is. But this is something that you're wanting. This is something that you're desiring. And I'm seeing that this is something that you're going to be really happy with. It's going to be bringing you a lot of movement, travel in your life, abundance, if that's something that you are desiring. So yes, this is my pile that's going to be surprising people with the choices that you make. And it's like when people finally feel like they know you, it's like you change up on them. You're kind of my wild card, pile 3. That's what I'm really channeling for you. All right, so pile 3, I think I got enough regarding people, how they perceive you. Sorry, before I go ahead and move on, I want to see when that shakeup's going to happen, just to kind of give you some clarity. Taurus season. Pile 3, this could be really soon. So if you're watching this when I post this, this could be April, May timeframe. Again, if you're watching this at a later date, just keep in mind that April, May could be a time frame where things start to change up for you, or you reveal a very big secret or a move that you've been keeping behind the scenes, okay? But I'm seeing this as a good thing for you. This is going to be something that benefits you, but it's going to be shocking people. Anyway, so pile 3, let's go ahead and see how God, Spirit, or the universe is currently perceiving you to be before I end your reading off. So how is God, the universe, or Spirit perceiving you, right? How do they see your character? How do they see your flaws, your good attributes? Okay, we got friends here. Something about friends. How does God see you? How is God perceiving you right now? Finding a new passion. And then we got, yes, that's really interesting. Oh God. Okay, so confession was underneath here. You may have some questions regarding a friend, and this is kind of like off topic, but your spirit guides want to say yes to whatever question is that you have regarding about your friends or regarding friends in general. There may be some sort of reveal or confession that may be coming forward towards you. If you have any questions regarding that, I felt called to say that for you. So that was a separate thing. I'm also hearing that you are a good friend. So Spirit sees you as being a very good friend. Okay. The other thing that Spirit sees you to be, how they perceive you, is they're perceiving you to be someone that's finding new passions in their life. So again, you're wanting a brand new start. You're someone that's wanting a new beginning in their life, and they're perceiving you as, you know, following your passion, following your heart, and following your intuition to lead you to find that new beginning that you are wanting and so deserving, is what I'm hearing. You're wanting something new for yourself, and I think your spirit guides are seeing that in you. They're seeing how hard you're working to have this new sense of stability, this new sense of income. If you're wanting to hear income, maybe this is what this is talking about, because there's something about Taurus season. There's something that was stalled in your life that you've been wanting, and that's going to be coming, and it's going to be shocking people. And I think this is almost like a reward here from Spirit. So how God is perceiving you is God's perceiving you as doing that hard work. Being able to change your ways, being very reflective in this moment. But I'm seeing this as you not giving up. You've been working really hard, and it seems like you've been in this moment, in this period of your life of slowness, of a snail's pace, maybe even in a sign of feeling like you've been in a season of just nothing happening. And I'm seeing that that's going to be changing very soon for you, where, again, if you've been seeing any signs of lightning, butterflies, squirrels, I'm seeing this as spring, right? When the snow begins to melt and you're starting to see the animals come back outside, that is a sign for you. But I'm also seeing lightning or thunder being a very big sign for you too. And if you start seeing those signs, that's when you know that something new is near when it comes to something that you've been really, really wanting to manifest in your life. And for a lot of you, this is a new beginning, a new home, a new job, new money. I'm seeing that for you. So how is God perceiving pile 3 right now? Oh, that's funny. This is the same card that came out for pile 1. A change in your emotional life. Moon and Scorpio, transformation. So Spirit is seeing you as someone, sorry, my window's open. Spirit, wow. And I heard that car braking. You are being seen as someone that is emotionally renewing your heart space. I think you've been putting the brake. I think there has been a break in your heart space for a while, because I'm hearing God put the brakes on something in your life, and it has something to do with, like, again, I think your money. Again, something's been blocked. I'm getting that you have been having a lot of blockages, a lot of things that are not moving forward for you. And I think the biggest thing that you've been learning is how to deal with that. Things are not happening, but what can you do to make it better or work on yourself in this moment of self-reflection? I think Spirit has purposefully put you in a timeout period in your life. And I think it's because they want you to focus on your responsibilities. They want you to focus on your duties, your daily tasks, and they want you to reorganize your life. So you're like, God, when can I have my life, continue on? I want things to happen. And I think you're being forced to sit down, self-reflect, and change what you can in the moment. So yes, things may not seem like they're physically changing, but you internally and emotionally are changing. How you react to things not changing is actually changing, if that makes sense. You may be seen as a little bit of a control freak, Pile 3. I'm channeling that for you. You're trying to find new ways of doing things in this period of your life of slowness. Again, maybe you were forced to take a reality check or forced to slow down in life so that you can pursue a new passion or find new outlets for yourself or work on yourself. And that is going to be rewarded with finally the thing that you wanted, but you needed some time off to really self-reflect and redirect your energy before you could continue on this path of yours. I think that's why. And the biggest thing that I really want to say for you is your spirit guides really wanted you to focus on your family and your home during this time. This was something that was a major key point for you. The reason why you needed to take time off from other things in your life was because you needed to work on your family. You needed to focus on love. You needed to focus on maybe even your past, right? Past traumas within your family. This has been a very healing and self-reflective time in your life, but it's because they're trying to prepare you for what this was, or what this is, sorry. I think they just wanted you to be ready for it, because there's going to be a lot of things that start to happen. I'm really channeling that for you. And they wanted you to be emotionally and mentally ready for whatever this upgrade is. So how Spirit is seeing you right now is they're seeing you as doing the work. They're seeing you as someone that was forced to be in a timeout, and you took this time off and you were able to make something good out of it. I think most people, they would, get bored, or they would start to kind of like get a little bit jittery of like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. I can't handle this. You didn't go back to your self-destructive ways. You didn't go to your addictive personality traits. Like, you could have made this a very hard thing to overcome, where you were forced in timeout and then you went into self-destructive mode. You could have made this really bad, but you decided to take this time off and actually work on yourself and realize that you do need to make changes. So you're recognizing that God is doing this for you, not to you, right? So you're recognizing that this is a time where I have all the time in the world right now to take care of my health, or I have all the time in the world right now to, go to counseling and work on my mental health, emotional health. Maybe I have all the time in the world to get my fitness in check and start eating better, and maybe focusing on hobbies that I wasn't able to before. Like, this has almost been a blessing for you. I don't think you were seeing it as that, but I think you're going to be taking a look back at this time in your life, and you're going to be like, wow, like, that was actually kind of nice. Like, it was nice to be able to have all this time to take care of me and my needs and do what was good for me, and not go and I'm hearing that I don't want to call you a red flag, Pile 3. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff. I don't want to call you a red flag, because I don't think you're a red flag, but I think you're just like recognizing that there are some things that you needed to change and work on yourself, and you're doing it. You're doing the change. You're making those changes, and God is recognizing that. And I'm hearing that you're almost ready for this. This is going to be happening really soon. You are kind of tying some loose ends up right now. So whatever feeling that you have regarding, I feel like something's about to change in my life, like, you're very much correct. You're on point with that, because it is. I think the last thing that you're going to be dealing with is whatever this friend situation is. That's what I'm hearing. That's the last thing that you're going to be tying loose ends up with before you have this. So just a confirmation for you, pile 3. I want to pull one last card for you before I end your reading off of what else you can expect. What else do you need to know? My God, pile 3. Serendipity, divine intervention, perfect timing, happy surprises, a fortunate stroke of luck. You are about to have a happily ever after a very big block in your life. Do you see how there's a mountain behind the rainbow? You are about to enter a very peaceful time in your life after a lot of struggle, right? A lot of limitations, a lot of blockages. God did this purposefully so that maybe you could focus on a partnership in your life, because I'm seeing 2 people here, so that you can focus on a marriage, a partner, your loved ones, or possibly this blessing is going to be coming in the form of you meeting someone really special. But I'm seeing this as you and another person having a very happy life together. You're going to be feeling very loved, very cherished, and this is going to be a really lucky period of your life, pile 3. I'm seeing this for you, and it's because, wow, I split the deck. Sorry, you guys. It's because you're breaking out of a karmic cycle, and you have this new potential, this new investment that's going to be entering your life really, really soon. But pile 3, that's all that I have for you. I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.